The President of the European Parliament announced the strengthening of support and cooperation with Kyiv. Despite the war unleashed by Russia against Ukraine, Kyiv is carrying out important reforms and they will undoubtedly lead it to the European Union, Roberta Metsola is sure.
In spite of the suffering that Putin's war is causing, we will continue to stand together and to work together to the benefit of the people of Ukraine, for their future, and to ensure Ukraine's place is within our European family. It is crucial that we remain on this path. Let me assure you that in the European Parliament you will always have a reliable partner and a friend to assist you every step of the way.
European politicians respond to the mood of their voters. The majority of Europeans, 65%, support Ukraine's accession to the EU in the next few years. These are the results of a survey by the independent Bertelsmann Foundation. The Europeans leave no room for their politicians to make any compromises with Moscow. The majority of respondents were in favor of helping Kyiv with weapons, and 67% were in favor of greater European independence from Russian energy resources, even if prices rise. The European Commission in June will present an interim report on the implementation of recommendations for accession to the European Union, and in the autumn another report will be presented on the EU enlargement, and for the first time it will concern Ukraine, said the ambassador of the European Union to Ukraine, Matti Maasikas, in an interview with public broadcaster of Ukraine. At the Ukraine-EU summit, President Volodymyr Zelensky emphasized the importance of starting the procedure for joining the European Union before the end of the war.
The summit recorded our intention to start accession negotiations and start them as soon as possible. We have already begun the relevant preparations and are waiting for the relevant decision of the European Commission and the European Council.
Negotiations on Ukraine's membership in the EU should begin before the end of the year, said Czech President Petr Pavel at a meeting with the President of Ukraine during a visit to Kyiv. Prague assured of active support for Ukraine on the path to membership in both the EU and NATO.
I have no doubt that Ukraine will become a member of the EU and NATO. The question here is when. Mr. Zelensky assured that very active work is underway. There is something to offer, there is experience, active cooperation in this direction continues.
To start negotiations with Ukraine on EU membership before the end of the year previously called for the leaders of a number of EU countries, in particular Italy and Latvia.
In my opinion, and this is also the official position of the Latvian government, EU accession negotiations between Ukraine and the European Union should start before the end of this year. We believe that progress will be sufficient for this. Edgar Rinkevich, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Latvia, at a press conference in Odessa.
Kyiv has fulfilled all the recommendations of the European Union, Prime Minister of Ukraine Denis Shmyhal said during a press conference following his visit to Italy. Ukraine is convinced of its victory and plans to be completely ready to join the European Union in 2 years. Reported by Roman Smoler, Bogdan Maksimets, UATV News.